This episode is brought to you by Harry Shavers, and it's also brought to you by Movement Watches.
Huzzah!
But it's also brought to you by Into the Spiderverse. Yeah, that's right. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, the dog.
Well, I just let the dog in. Oh, wait, am I the dog?
You're a dog of a bloke.
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
Nick Mason.
Hello, I just let the dog in. The dog is already shuffling about and knocking the mic stand and doing all sorts of licking my hand.
Yeah, she's loving life.
Dog, what are you... Oh, this is a nightmare already.
You could stop her
No, I could,
by
but-
moving your hand like this, away from the dog.
No, that would be cruel
You
to the
won't do
dog.
it?
No.
Okay,
Dogs
fair
love
enough.
salt, that's why.
They do. And you're the saltiest of them all.
The saltiest boy there is. That sounds way worse. That sounded way less weird in my head.
Couple of things up top. I went
Yes.
on a podcast this week, Lights Camera podcast,
Ooh.
Barstool. I'll link it below, but we talked about the new Harry Potter movie and ranked all the Harry Potter films. And let me tell you, Mason, people keep harassing me about Harry Potter. I'll be able to stop talking
Really
about Harry
do,
Potter
yeah.
for a while.
Uh-huh.
Good Lord.
Well, I think it's a rod for our own back. We did this. We did multiple Harry Potter episodes in a row
Yep.
based on our absolute minimal knowledge of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So
That's right. I tell you what, they started civil. They got a bit rude towards the end, Mason.
Oh, my
I'll tell you
goodness.
that much. Yeah. The other thing is, not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
we should do.
Okay.
Side note: we should do like a series of episodes on like the history of World War II or something like that, based on our limited knowledge of World War
We should
II.
definitely do that.
See how the World War II enthusiants like it.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll love it.
They'll
love
love it,
our
Mason.
irreverent take on one of the most horrible situations in modern history.
I
yeah.
can't wait for the Fantastic Beasts version of that, though. Should be a good one. The other thing is, next Sunday, just a quick heads up, there's a promotional video for Samsung going up on my channel, and that's all well and good, you know, because it's spruiking a bloody TV or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But the good thing is we managed to get out of them giving away a TV.
That's true.
So
we did, yeah.
That's next Sunday, and there's a couple
For
of
Australian listeners only.
It seems that way. Yeah, we're trying
You
to
should
get
watch
that-
the video anyway.
Yeah,
I
because
feel.
there's a surprise guest, which I think people will thoroughly enjoy without giving too much away.
It's Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yes, it's his bones.
Yep.
It's a sad video, but Samsung were happy to cover
That's
the
right.
costs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's next week. But before that, Mason,
Yes.
before those great things,
Also, it's a heck of a TV.
It is.
And you got to be in it to win it. So keep an eye out for that.
that's right,
Let me
exactly.
tell you.
Next Sunday.
Mr.
I feel-
Sunday.
Yes, that's right. I feel less weird about like spruiking your product if I'm like, you can have a TV.
Yeah, right.
Someone can have a
Just
TV.
watch the video, and maybe you'll have a TV.
Yeah.
It's a small price to pay for potentially having a TV.
Exactly. And also I'm like, oh, you know what? I am happy to take this money, Caesar's the money that was taken from me. This will cover this.
Oh, yeah,
some of
that's
the
right,
studio,
yeah.
which will be good. Anyway, Mason, Birds of Prey has an official name, the Birds of Prey movie.
Okay,
I
I'm
thought
ready.
this was unofficial, but it was on, Margot Robbie's Instagram. It's Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Oh, so that's not just something they have added as a
I
as a
thought
goof?
it was, but
Or
no,
like-
it was
okay,
not
right.
a goof or a gaff.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I don't mind it.
No, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I think it's getting away from the Jared Leto Joker, but
Yeah,
also the
okay,
way
yeah.
because also Harley's getting away from the Joker in the comics and becoming
Yeah, I mean
independent
that's kind of
him.
like for a lot of people, for kind of moviegoers, this Harley Quinn character is kind of new. But for people who watch the Batman animated series or read the comic books, Harley Quinn's been around for 25 years, and we sort of know where her story goes.
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, well, it's a story where initially she's sort of enthralled to the Joker, and then she breaks away, and then she's like, no, I don't need the Joker. Get out of here,
Get outta here, mate.
Get out of here, mate. So that's fun. Okay,
Do you think Jared Leto's embarrassed?
for being the Joker.
Yeah, like for the way it all went down and how people are like, "Boo, you're not as edgy as you think you are."
Oh no, I don't think he sees that.
No?
I think I would imagine he's like, I think he is proud of his performance, and I think that any negative energy or vibes he gets from anybody else, his mind could immediately project on anybody else in that production.
Wow.
Like I reckon he could probably blame his production assistant for sending used condoms to the wrong people or whatever. You know, he'll blame the director. He'd blame the. I don't know him.
Yeah.
Personally, but
It seems like you do.
I know
Mason.
a lot of people with
Seems
huge...
like you're his production assistant.
I am. That's true. I know a lot of we know people with huge egos.
Yeah,
And everybody knows one, and everybody can
all the podcasters we know.
Exactly.
Great, Levens.
Divas.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, Levin's got a live show coming up on the 15th as well in Sydney.
That's right. It's in the Hey fam. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. I was going to go, but then I can't go because I have 4 things on that day.
Huh. Are any of them as interesting as a live episode of Hey
Frankly, no. Without getting into it, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So do you think... Yeah, I think someone with huge ego is just going to be like, no, that was somebody else's fault. I did.
Yeah.
I did the best performance anyone's ever done of that character.
Yes.
This is the director's fault. This is the editor's fault.
He didn't know. It's bad.
Yeah.
Or nothing. And embarrassing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, what do you think of the... Do you think we're going to see his version of the Joker again?
In this movie?
Yeah, sure, in this movie.
I think so. Won't we have to?
No.
Really?
I don't think so. They've probably fired Superman.
It's a good
and
point, actually.
Batman, I don't know.
But I feel we're going to have a version of the Joker, surely.
Or reference.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the emancipation of Harley Quinn and we don't see her have if it's just like her getting in a car, Thelma and Louise style, and driving away from the Joker's hideout, and we never see the Joker, what kind of start to a movie is that? You know?
Okay, fair enough.
So put somebody else in the role, maybe. I don't know, but I think people would love to see the Jared Leto Joker get a kick to the face or push down a flight of stairs, and then she leaves, and then the adventure begins.
Yeah, okay.
That. Style it as a Thelma and Louise kind of like gals doing it for themselves kind of thing. I think people would love that.
Also, if he doesn't want to do it, they've probably got a 3D scan of his head.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
So it's fine.
So has this set the tone? Do you think this title, because it's a bit goofy, it's a bit fantastical.
I'm hoping it's what the Suicide Squad trailers promised Suicide Squad to be.
Yeah, right. Sort of wild adventure.
Yeah. And it's not just people standing on cars fighting googly-eyed men or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just fighting anonymous mudmen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take that again, though. I'll tell you what.
Would you?
Just go back into a city and fight more mudmen.
Right. Yeah. Look at work last time.
Bring the crocodile man.
Yep.
Give
him a slightly different thing to do.
Yep.
Killer Croc. We lost the microchip in this fountain. Can you get it? Well, I can swim, so guess this is down to me. Go, Killer Croc, go. Yeah,
it should be good. Can't wait to see it. Speaking of Warner Brothers movies, though, they are kicking goals, I would say, other than the DC universe and the Harry Potter universe.
Okay, sure.
Because the Lego...
They have some franchises left.
They do. The Lego movie, the second part, too.
Yes.
The second one has another trailer. It's Mad Max, but it's Lego and Batman's in it and Duplo and all those kind of... Did you see the first one?
No, I've seen Lego Batman, but I haven't seen the first Lego movie.
You get it then.
I get stuff, sure.
What do you think of this trailer then?
I don't care about these movies, I don't think.
They're good though. Apparently the Ninjago one not good.
Okay,
the
right.
Last one.
So they've introduced Duplo in this.
It's at the end of the Lego
version.
movie. I think you should watch I think the Lego movie is better than the Batman movie.
Okay.
And apparently both of those are better than the Ninjago movie.
Okay, right.
So from that logic...
This will be the worst one?
This will be the worst one, yeah.
Terrific!
There's 2 Chris Pratts in this though.
Yeah,
He does the Ace Rimmer version of himself.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
It's another Red Dwarf reference.
I kind of feel like... Okay, so...
I just want to point out, whenever I do a Red Dwarf reference, one person messages in like, yes!
Same guy, yeah. Uh-huh. When we went to PAX, there was one guy dressed as... You know, there's an episode of Red Dwarf where Rimmer goes crazy and he dresses in like a red and white gingham check dress.
Yeah.
With pigtails and army boots.
Saw
And
that.
he has a
sock puppet.
He has a sock puppet called Mr. Flibble.
Yeah.
There was a guy dressed as that at PAX.
Good lord.
I'm like, good on him for that, but man, that's a reference from a
People
time
like,
ago.
Punky Brewster? What is this?
That is a reference from a generation ago at this point.
Yeah.
So good on him. Maybe he busted out for every convention.
I don't think I would even pick that in a crowd. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
wouldn't know what... Like, I'd have to...
I would have had the H on his head.
Oh, you would have... Okay, yeah, good point.
I don't know, like the trailer, it felt like every time I see one of these trailers, it's this very much like it does that thing that I've been sick of for years where it's just like, here's a big dramatic thing, but then I'm wacky.
Yeah.
Here's a big dramatic build, then a wacky joke. Here's a big dramatic build, and I'm doing a fart. You know, it's just...
and I'm doing a fart.
And I'm doing a... Precisely.
I want a trailer where somebody says, and I'm doing a fart. So you're talking about like the tickling the raptor and
Yeah, right.
that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what these movies are.
I know, but it's just I don't.
I think in a worse series of films.
Yeah, right.
Then I'm with you.
And I also think definitely if I'm in a certain mood, I'm sure I'd find that. It's just if I'm just there to chill and have a great time. But I think
you're not fooling anybody, so
No,
why
exactly.
do it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, kind
Who
of.
started that? Austin Powers 2 with the fake Star Wars trailer. They're like, look who's back. It's the person. And then he turns around. He's like, it's Dr. Evil. Who were you expecting? Darth Vader. But it's me.
maybe I think that might have
I'm
been
sure it's
it,
probably
yeah.
not the first one.
No.
Probably Father of the Bride 2 did it. When they're like, you thought he was in trouble before, but this time...
He's the father of the bride again, and he's doing a fart.
I'm doing a fart!
Oh, come on, you're the father of the bride. This is embarrassing. Was that Steve Martin? Which one was
Steve
Father of the Bride?
Martin,
Okay, yeah.
I probably won't rush out and see this. If there's a
Yep.
screening and I'm free, I'll probably go, but I'll probably wait for the Lego movie. I like him, but
So wait, so those two characters that Chris Pratt plays,
Yes.
it is a parallel universe version of him.
I don't. I think
it's a
he's
different
just,
character.
I think he's just two
Okay, right.
different characters. I don't think
Okay,
it's
cool.
parallel. Yeah, I think it's just
Right,
two dudes that he's playing.
Cool.
Two cool dudes.
Couple of cool dudes.
Couple of cool dudes.
What else is in the trailer? They all retreat to the Batcave. Did you
Yeah,
see
that's
that?
good.
So that's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
That's a fun little reference.
Yeah, I gotta actually. I say I like the Batman movie. I haven't finished it. I'm like halfway through, so I think I gotta restart it and watch it again. But I was
right.
enjoying it.
How do they get around the fact that like Lego Superman is Superman?
They just because they're all kind of goofy and whatever, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, right.
Like there's a bit where he's like gummed up in
Okay.
I think with like blue tack or something or
Oh, right,
gum.
okay,
Or I can't
sure,
remember in the last one. So there's still Lego characters you can kind of.
Sure. Okay. Right.
They're fallible, Mason.
Okay.
And
sure.
also Lando's in the last one. Billy D. Williams.
Oh, right,
Shows
okay.
up on the Millennium Falcon.
Cool.
They probably asked Harrison Ford. I'd imagine what he said.
Yep.
What? I'm doing a fart.
That's what my life is now. I'm done with Star Wars and being like a early middle aged sex symbol. I can finally let all these farts out.
Okay.
It's been like a first date for 35 years at this point.
We've got another trailer,
Yes.
which I was surprised how much I enjoyed it, but there's a little bit of controversy behind it. Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yes.
Which is the retelling of the PG-13 retelling of Deadpool 2.
Yep.
They've framed it now with Fred Savage from The Princess Bride.
Yep.
And they're doing that kind of thing. He looks great, by the way.
Well, he's been...
Is he younger than me now? How did that happen?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, that's the thing. I think a lot of people think Fred Savage disappeared, but he's been doing...
He's been doing stuff, yeah.
He directs now for the most part. I think he directed a lot of episodes of Always Sunny.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, that explains why his comedic timing is quite
Good now, yeah.
Yeah, there was a joke in this I genuinely laughed out loud at.
Which one? The Marvel?
The Marvel one. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that really caught me off guard. Yeah, so I mean, more likely I'll probably just watch the collection of these scenes on YouTube or whatever at some point. I don't know.
right.
I don't know if I'm going to rush out and say it, but this really surprised me how funny that framing device was. What about you?
Yes, I enjoyed it. And there looks to be at least based on this trailer, there appears to be enough original footage that I will probably go back. I don't know if some of it. This was a new idea. Like they didn't plan this while they were filming Deadpool 2,
No.
as far as I know. Okay, so
Do you know the controversy behind this?
the controversy, I believe, is that there was a guy who tweeted at
MV Bramley on Twitter.
He tweeted at Ryan Reynolds and said, "Hey, you know what would be a funny idea would be Deadpool retelling the events of Deadpool
to Fred
Savage in the style of The Princess Bride." Yeah.
And that tweet is a year old. So I retweeted that because I'm like, well, that's interesting, isn't it? Maybe it's some parallel thought because it's not impossible. People have similar ideas.
Yeah,
but
right.
Ryan Reynolds apparently did reach out to him, and this is what the guy said about it. We had a brief talk, and I believe he was confused as I was. It seems like this might just been one big insane coincidence, and I'm happy leaving it at that. Looking forward to seeing the movie in December. #Deadpool. He's on board with the branding.
Well, so
I hope they gave him $50,000.
Same.
Yeah.
You'd think so. Or he might even get like a writing credit in the.
Yeah, I feel like though also, it's very possible that he read that and forgot he read it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That
that's
happens a
what I
lot.
think this is.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Or he stole it.
He stole it. But the guy who tweeted it, it didn't seem like he was It wasn't.
No.
It didn't seem to me like he was like, they've stolen my idea. I think he was more like, this is a cool idea, and I did think of it.
Yeah.
And so it's funny how we both thought of it, kind
This
of thing.
Yeah. So there you go.
Fred Savage, 19 episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Great show. You've been watching the new season. Oh, you're a few seasons behind, aren't you?
I'm a few seasons behind.
That finale of the new season. Bloody hell, mate.
Fred Savage directed 9 episodes of Party Down. He directed a lot of Modern Family, Happy Endings.
He did the TV show Working, I think. Remember that in the 90s?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he directed 20 episodes of Two Broke Girls.
Boo, probably.
I've only seen 1 episode of that, so I don't know. He directed 8 episodes of Garfunkel and Oates. That's good.
I've never seen that.
It's a good show. Anyway, good on him.
He's been
Side note,
stuff.
I don't think we discussed it at the time. Speaking of Fred Savage and The Princess Bride,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, William Goldman passed away. The writer of
Oh, right.
The
Yeah.
Princess Bride and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Those are 2 bloody absolute cracking films, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he still working by the time he would have been? No, he would have been quite old
Yeah, I don't think so.
by then. Yeah.
I think there was always plans to do a Princess Bride sequel, like in book form.
Yes.
It's going to be called Buttercup's Baby, but I don't think it ever
It ended up
came to
happening.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
looking at Princess Bride's only from 1973. That surprises me because it feels like a very old story retold.
Yeah,
in
right.
a modern
Well,
way,
that's the skill that he had.
he did all the President's Men as well. Wow, this guy's done a bunch of stuff. I haven't seen that, but I bet it's important for the time or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Ah, good on him, mate. Yeah, born in 31. Yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? I love Butch Cassidy, man. That's such a good
Yeah, I know.
movie.
I love The Princess Bride.
And I love how weirdly paced it is.
Yeah,
It's
right.
So strange. I love it. Okay, what else we got here?
He wrote Twins
I've seen that. Have you heard Triplets? That what they were going to do for that
with Eddie
Or the
Murphy.
rumours? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Do you get it? They couldn't be more different.
They
Mason.
couldn't. That's true. They couldn't be more different.
Unless one of them
absolutely.
was like a horse or something. Triplets, but one of them was a horse.
And he did a fart.
No one wants to see triplets, right?
I don't know. Because, I mean, like,
I mean, Danny DeVito's pretty good.
he's been steadily working. Again,
Yeah.
speaking of Always Sunny, he's been in that for ages, and he's been great in that, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. He's been every
He's
episode.
great, yeah.
Yeah. And, Schwarzenegger's been doing less and less recently, but
He's more of a celebrity Instagram dude now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He spends most of his time now going, like, get out and vote,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I'm working out. Why aren't you working out?
Yeah, right, exactly.
And I did a fart.
It's
I
exactly.
can do 2 things.
Yeah. But Eddie Murphy, what's he done recently?
He's kind of he's kind of retreated because he's in a very insular group, and so he's kind of, I think he's kind of crippled by, he hasn't been on stage for so long, and when he
Yeah,
does
right.
come back, it's going to be huge. But then what if
Yeah.
it doesn't live up to it? Which it won't.
No,
'Cause
exactly,
Of course it
but-
won't, because he hasn't been. But no, there is stories of him turning up to clubs and stuff and doing gigs. He's doing
Yeah,
a few
it's
rumours of that.
interesting because he has been caught for decades, it seems, in
Yeah.
this weird rut where it's like he just did a bunch of terrible movies, and then I guess if you want to get back into, I guess because he can't, I guess in the minds of some people, you can't just leave, you can't go out on a low. You can't be like, remember all the great movies I did in the 80s?
Yeah.
That just enjoy that because people will always remember the bad things, the bad movies you made. So if he wants to come back, it has to be great.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why somebody can't find like just a small role for him. Maybe
Well,
he just wants
he did
a
a bit
star
of that. Like he
vehicle.
was in Dreamgirls, but I think he did that the same year he did Norbit. So they were like,
Yeah,
"This guy's
right.
going to win an Oscar," and then Norbit came out and they went, "No, you've cancelled yourself
Exactly,
out of
yeah.
that." Yeah.
A Golden Raspberry or a Razzie nomination cancels out any potential
I think
Oscar
it has
nomination.
happened where somebody's won a Razzie and
Probably.
maybe Eddie Redmayne for Jupiter Ascending,
Yeah, it might have been
maybe
that,
if he didn't
yeah.
win, he was definitely nominated for
Yeah,
both. I don't keep up with the Oscars,
No.
but I remember when the Nutty Professor movies came out, and I'm like, these are fucking terrible. Why do people
Right.
like these so much? I
Yeah.
hated those. I thought they
Right.
were. I mean, from a technical perspective, like the family sitting around the table,
Yeah,
farting
right.
in each other's mouths or whatever. That is a very difficult scene to pull off today.
Look, it's pretty damn easy to be like, I did a fart. But
Yes.
imagine being 10 different people.
Doing-
Different, you have to have different personalities, each of which is doing a fart.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a good movie.
Pretty difficult. Bowfinger was good, if I remember correctly.
I remember that being
Yeah.
good, but
I
I
think
don't.
that was his the last one I remember thinking, oh, he could come back.
What about Meet Dave? What about the words where he can only say 1,000 words or whatever?
Didn't see that one.
Me neither.
No.
Or Meet Dave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's an interesting How Did This Get Made? I think it's How Did This Get Made, where Paul Scheer talks
it's I was there too.
I Was There Too,
I was
sorry.
just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. So
where he talks about
in Meet Dave, Eddie Murphy is a he's a bunch of aliens, tiny aliens, in a spaceship
Yeah.
that resembles a human man.
Yes.
So the captain of that spaceship is Eddie Murphy, a
Yep.
tiny alien Eddie Murphy. And so the ship looks like Eddie Murphy, and he's infiltrating Earth.
Yes.
And I think Paul Scheer was supposed to be... And each person controls a
controlled
different
the
body
bus or
part. He
something?
controlled the bus, yeah.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's what
so-
ties into what we were talking about
But then
today.
it was edited out. So he was...
Yeah, his arm's in it or something.
Yeah.
But that story is insane. And that's probably where also I'm getting the stuff from about his handlers and that. Where he doesn't walk onto set, they drive a car up and he steps out.
Yeah,
and he's
right.
just on the, he's just stuff like that. But,
Yeah,
I think that's, if you're that famous for that long. But then you look at like Chappelle. And I think because he walked away and lived like a relatively normal life. So when he came back, it didn't look like his mind was broken.
That's
It was
true,
just
yeah.
like, I've been thinking about some stuff for 15 years. And,
Yeah, right,
And this is all that. So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. All right, Mason. I know you're excited about 2 Sony Marvel movies that are dated for 2020.
Am I excited for those
Yes,
things?
I looked at the dates and I couldn't tell whether they were the Australian or British or an American way because, we have the dates and days.
Oh,
swapped.
yeah, sure.
So I didn't write them down because I'm like, you know what? I'm not looking into this any further than that.
Good.
There's just 2. One of them's obviously going to be a Venom movie. And the other one, we don't know, but I'd say probably Morbius because they're threatening that.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
More Jared Leto.
Yes, please.
Terrific.
Yeah, so not surprising, would you say? Well, they could be the Silver Sable or Black Cat one as well, but...
It's just who knew we would end up in a universe like this where the Venom movie was wildly successful
750
in
million
certain
so
markets
far, yeah.
and now we're getting a sequel to that.
Yeah, I think
of all movies.
I'm hoping because I'm so surprised how well it's done because it's not very good. Like
Yeah.
it was better than I thought it was going to be, but I will never see that movie again.
No, for sure. I don't want to see a CGI sludge fest again. Why would I?
Yeah, I think because there's also so much of that character that you could do, and they just didn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Hardy definitely saved that movie for me.
I mean, there's going to be carnage, obviously.
They threatened that, didn't they?
They sure
They
did.
waved that under our noses, but I don't care about that because we
No.
just saw a guy who may as well have been Carnage in the last one.
Yeah,
Except
right?
he's a CEO.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're making them because of course they are. I still think, and I'll probably be proven wrong, that it was a mistake to make this not R-rated because now they think, oh, that's the formula. But I think they might not anticipate the drop off. But then again, it made $750 million.
And climbing,
And
I
Transformers kept making money forever. So, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I just thought common sense would prevail.
guess. Well, wrong. Again, look, if this is us not knowing what we're talking about writ very, very large, to the tune of nearly $1 billion. I thought people would like good movies. Well, you're wrong. You're both wrong.
We are both wrong. Mason, it's time for an ad. A very exciting ad. Because,
All ads are exciting, James.
Yeah, this ad is the most exciting
Ooh,
maybe we've ever had.
we've kicked it up a notch.
I hope so. Because this is for Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Into the Spider-Verse. Or sorry, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. They're the creative minds behind both the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street.
Big fan of 21 Jump Street.
You haven't seen Lego Movie,
I haven't
have
seen
you?
Lego Movie.
It's great!
I'm not saying I'm a non-fan of that movie.
Sounds like that's what
No,
you were
I'm
saying,
not.
Mason.
I'm saying I
you were
love
being a
it.
bit obtuse, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But they're bringing their unique talents to a fresh and different version of the Spider-Man universe with a groundbreaking visual style that's the first of its kind. When I first heard of this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Same.
And then when I saw the trailer, I'm like,
Holy moly, you said.
I said, holy moly, because it looks incredible. And also, I know a few people who have actually seen it already, and apparently
what?
it is incredible.
Why haven't we
Yeah.
seen it already?
That's a very good question.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
But I mean, like prior to this, I'm like, oh, animated.
Yeah.
You know, it's always you're like, oh, I'll watch it on video.
Yeah.
I'll watch it on DVD or something, and maybe I'll watch it on Netflix or something. But this, I'm like,
No.
yeah, I'm seeing this opening day.
I will be there. Yeah.
I mean, I would have seen it ahead of time, but apparently we're not on that elite list. So
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse introduces Brooklyn teen Miles Morales, who we all know
Mm-hmm.
as one of the versions of Spider-Man, and the limitless possibilities of the Spider-Verse, where more than one can wear the mask.
Yes.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse opens December 13 at cinemas everywhere. We also have a special clip of that film, which I will play right now.
hello,
Where are we going?
it's me, Spider-Man.
I'll play the real clip.
Oh, you'll play a real clip? Okay, cool. I was going to say, I couldn't sustain. I didn't have anywhere to go with that.
My name is Peter Parker. I'm pretty sure you know the rest. I saved the city, fell in love, then I saved the city again and again and again. Look, I'm a comic book, a cereal, I did a Christmas album, and a so-so popsicle. But this isn't about me. Not anymore.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
Dimension opening now.
You're like me.
That's impossible.
Anyway, like I said, it's out December 13th. Go and see it because
Go
it looks,
see it.
It looks
Great,
amazing. And
great cast.
apparently
Should make
it is
more.
amazing.
Jake Johnson, Haley Steinfeld,
Nick Cage.
Liev Schreiber, exactly.
Yeah.
Mahershala
Who's
Ali.
Liev Schreiber in it?
Liev Schreiber
Is he Goblin?
He's the Kingpin.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's got it's bloody John Mulaney's Spider-Ham.
Yes.
Oh, what a cast.
What a cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, December 13th. Go and see it. This is from the hashtag show. This is an exclusive from them. I'm trying to reference people more if they
Okay.
come up with a thing.
Right.
There's rumors of a.
Well, because from time to time people will be like, well, some idiots on a podcast said this, and I was like, well, quote us and
Come on.
and tell us and say that's from our famous segment, hot scoop or shot of poop. Yeah. Mhm.
This is supposed to be a proper industry. We're all peers in the. We're all equal peers, aren't
That's
we?
right.
In this industry.
Yes.
All of us have our necks on the line for Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like being just a rung below that because then you can just say anything. It's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine being an official source? Because
Oh.
I found out this week that like the Lion King trailer was coming out
Uh-huh.
like
From
20
an official source.
No, for like 24 or 48 hours before, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this information. I just sat on it. Yeah.
Because you don't want to do a tweet that's like, I have it, because also, like, you don't want to be like, I have it under very good authority that the Lion King trailer's coming out in the next 24 hours. People are like, so? Give us, do you have any other details?
Yeah.
No.
And what if I'm wrong? Because,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I hear from a guy, hears from a guy, hears from a guy, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, it did come out. I feel vindicated. I thought about just putting it on, like, Patreon or in the Planet Broadcasting group, just being like, hey, guess what? Don't tell anyone. But that's the Lion King trailer this week. Anyway, sorry, this is a rumor from the hashtag show of the Rocket Groot spin-off.
Anyway,
that
what's
might
the
be
hash-
happening.
what's the hashtag
That's
show?
their show. I don't know.
Do they talk about trends or something?
Probably. I don't
Okay,
know.
alright,
That's
okay.
what it is. Probably
Alright.
talk about movies or
Right.
whatever.
Do they talk about the history of that button on
I
your
don't
phone?
know, Mason.
That'd be
You're not
very
listening.
fascinating, though, wouldn't it?
What's the history?
I don't know. That's
Some
exactly.
guy was playing noughts and crosses and went, what if we made this smaller? And we stopped playing noughts and crosses.
And we put it on a phone for various ill-defined purposes. For years, it's been on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why a hashtag and a star? Do you need
Why
the
the
two?
pound? Why is it called the pound sign sometimes? Spin-off podcast. That's what we're doing.
Discussing all the buttons on a phone.
We're going to call it the hashtag show. No, it's just about hashtag. We know where all the other numbers are from.
Do we though?
Not the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. That could be the spin-off of the hashtag show.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of this, I guess, was
Okay.
Rocket and Groot.
So the hashtag show.
Yes.
The poor man's the hashtag show, which
Yes,
is our show.
Our show, yeah. The Rocket Groot spin-off TV show might be happening at Disney.
Okay.
It would be kind of surprising because this is expensive.
Yeah.
Because they're both completely CGI
They're both
characters.
completely CGI, but I guess also that means that Bradley Cooper and
Vivian Diesel.
but not even well they can. I guess I was going to say they could do it over the phone from their houses, but like Vin Diesel doesn't have to do anything.
No.
really.
It's all done. You telling me they don't have that dialogue already?
Yeah.
Also, Bradley Cooper met the cast of Guardians at like Jimmy Kimmel, like a minute before they went on stage.
Yeah, right.
For the first one or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He's barely involved.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would love this if
Same.
they could.
Was there any inkling of what the plot might be? Are they
No.
searching probably for a super weapon or something like
Nothing.
that?
I
That
didn't
seems
hear
like
anything.
something they'd be doing.
Is that what you think?
Is this a prequel or what? Yeah, all right.
That's the hashtag show,
I should
not
ask
our
the-
hashtag
no,
show.
absolutely.
That's
Which
a
is
different show.
exclusively about the invention of the hashtag and why why it's on your phone.
Yes. Is it a little game of noughts and crosses? We'll
Is it?
find out. We'll let you know.
find out, yeah.
It'll be like an investigative journalistic report.
Like Serial, but
Like
about
Serial.
the hashtag, yeah.
And at the end, we're just like, you know what? We don't know.
We don't know.
We looked into it and we don't know.
And we'll have there'll be a guy who comes on who just is like, so I was involved with the creation of the first touchtone telephones and actually it means this. And we'll be like, but something just didn't sit right with us. And then we just paint him as a villain. And he gets hate mail.
And texts.
He gets texts, yeah.
Yeah, great. So, yeah, I hope that happens. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine too. I mean, you got to do the whole space as well.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
not
mean? You got to
cheap,
build
yeah.
sets and everything. I think they also, I don't know this is not a rumor of a thing that I've heard, but I think they'll probably do movies as well, right? Like
Yeah.
Disney Plus exclusive movies?
Maybe, yeah. What if the Rocket and Groot spin-off is entirely CGI?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Oh, I meant to bring that up as well. Yeah, it could be that, or it could be, what if it's just animated? No, like this is an animated series set within
Yeah,
the actual MCU.
yeah,
whatever.
because they don't have to look human. They
No.
don't have to, and if it's two CGI animals or two CGI creatures operating within a completely CGI world, it doesn't have to be seamless.
Yeah.
Green screen. It doesn't have to be seamless integration with real sets.
Yes.
It can just be like, all right, put a CGI gantry under them running, and that's
Yeah.
you know.
And that's kind of what they do with like the new Star Wars show, Resistance. You build like one CGI set, and it's just everything is set on this one base.
Yeah,
So you
right.
could do something like that if you wanted to, or another thing,
A different
also.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the beauty of television.
Insist that Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel show up and put real costumes on.
Well, then I think like if this is real, does Sean Gunn do Rocket like on the set? Probably not. I'd imagine.
right,
So anyway, it's a whole other thing. Okay, this is the big news of the week. It might even be bigger than the movie we're talking about.
Whoa.
It is by a long way.
I see.
I'd imagine that this trailer for The Lion King made more money than the Robin Hood movie will make. Period. Just from YouTube ad revenue.
Wow.
I suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many views has it had?
224 million views.
Is it the fastest?
Second biggest trailer debut behind Infinity War.
Okay.
Disney are going to fucking wreck shop next year. Like with this and
Yep.
Infinity War,
Captain Marvel.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
There's a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I think Toy Story 4 is next year as well.
Yeah.
This is going to be
Oh,
insane.
they're going to be the only entertainment company in town. It's very soon. And then the quality's going to drop and the price is going to go up.
But we'll get that Rocket and Groot animated series that you wanted, Mason.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I want. I want Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper on set wearing costumes. That's what I want.
Me too.
Yeah, and it's shot like Hobbit style, Lord of the Rings style, at just weird angles. So, for sizing purposes.
Yeah, I would. I'm on board, Mason. I'm 100% in.
Uh-huh.
Now, as someone who's never seen The Lion King,
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic movie. I actually did a video on it about the making of the original one and compared to the first one to this new one or whatever. It's on my channel now. I think people would really like it.
Okay.
I think it's really good, but I never say that about my own videos, but I really like this one.
Oh, I see.
But anyway, having not seen it
Yep.
ever,
Yes.
does this do anything for you?
No, but I understand where it's like. I understood the beats of like, okay, well, you hear James Earl Jones go, well, one day you'll be the next, and then you see this swarm of what is it, the wildebeests or whatever,
Yaks.
antelopes, yaks. It's not yaks.
Sort of based, yeah.
It's wilder. So I see the wild because I know in the movie the
Stampede.
the stampede kills the previous king and then blah blah blah. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I see where they're going with all these beats.
Sure,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So, but did you think it was a good trailer?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't mind it, but Claire hates this. I
right.
ratted her out on Twitter. But to me, I don't see, if this is just a rehash, just
Yeah.
an upgraded visuals, why are we doing this? I also don't understand why.
Also, it's not live action, strictly speaking.
No,
is it?
I
It's
know.
been
I'm
referred to
going
as
to get
live.
a lot of emails.
No,
about that,
I'm
yeah.
not saying this is your doing.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it was always been sold to me as a live
Yeah.
action version, but none of it's real.
No,
right? It's CGI.
It's just easier to say.
Yeah, right,
Than explaining. Well, it's mocap and it's
yeah, it's photorealistic to some degree, but there's still some uncanny valley issues in it, obviously.
I don't know. I don't think the expression of animals that look just like real animals works. And I think that was a big problem with me in
Yeah.
the Jungle Book. I think they needed to kind of big up the eyes and
Yeah.
and put a bit more expression in. Like Simba's got like a red mane or whatever, and he's gonna, he stands apart from whatever. I think that they should have made some more stylistic choices with the character designs.
Yeah, I can't remember. I
mean,
can't
a zebra looks like a fucking zebra or whatever. Who cares? But I'm talking about the main characters.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
yeah.
I think there was a moment towards the end, and we see, I guess it's adult Simba doing a big old roar, and then there's something happening there, and I remember thinking, well, that's not going to work if they're going to be talking, and because is there any actual animals talking in the trailer, or is it all
Not that we see,
voiceover?
yeah, not that
Yeah,
we see, yeah.
and I just remember thinking that's not going to work as a
I mean,
lion
we
having
don't-
a chat.
I mean, it's also, it's a few years on from Jungle Book, so maybe they've kind of figured that out or whatever.
right.
But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks good, but also what I really like about the original one is that movie is flawless. Like I genuinely believe that. But a lot of the choices are stylistic in terms of like the color palette and translating to animation, like the look of East Africa and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But this just kind of looks like, it's real, but it's not. But there's no kind of I don't know. I feel like the Lion King has a certain. I can't even explain it.
It's got a certain visual style to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just. But do people? I guess do kids enjoy that visual style?
Well, yeah. I showed my kid, and he lost his mind because he loves the Lion King. And afterwards, I recorded it. I'm not going to put it up because he just said that was great. Like that was what he said. He calls it the real Lion King. Like,
right.
So, but
wow.
Yeah.
Way to ruin his enjoyment of the original Lion King.
Yeah.
Or as I call it, the real Lion King. Wow.
So I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm really not because it's Jon Favreau and I think he does more hits than misses.
Yep. I'm
just not sure what the point of this is. If this is just a rehash, and if you're changing things, it's already a very good film. So,
are they going to update because there's songs, right?
Yes.
Are they going to update the songs?
I think they're all just coming back.
Are they going to update? There's no real pop culture references or anything.
Not
right?
really, no.
So they're not going to update that.
They
really?
don't need to, no.
Okay, right.
What I do like, I really like the new cast. I think the cast is great. The only one they kept, I think, is
James Earl Jones.
But it's a really good cast. I want it to be good. But if it's not, that's fine because we have the Lion King, the real one.
No, this upcoming one. As far as I'm concerned, this is the real one.
You know what we have to do, Mason?
What's that?
Before the Lion King comes out, whenever it comes out, we're going to have to watch all 3 Lion King movies and also the Timon and Pumbaa animated series.
The spin-offs, sure.
And also the new The Lion Guard or whatever, which is like a prequel set after 1 but before 2.
Why are we going to do this?
For a Lion King episode, Mason.
Oh!
We got to watch so much Lion King stuff.
Oh, no.
And for Aladdin, we got to watch all 3 Aladdin movies plus the Aladdin Disney animated series.
3 Aladdin movies?
It's 3 Aladdin movies.
Wow.
The third one's good. From memory. It's got the voice of Salah. What's his name? The guy who plays Salah plays Aladdin's father.
I don't know.
You know, John Rhys Davies or Myers. The Indiana Jones guy.
John Rhys Davies,
yeah,
okay.
that one. I get them confused.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good stuff.
Yeah.
Also, there's going to be a video on the channel this week where we talk about all the upcoming live action, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Disney films that are coming out. And there's like 3 out next year.
Huh.
They're really stepping up their game.
They're killing the game, allegedly.
Yeah.
If these are any good.
I feel like they might do another, when The Lion King makes $2 billion, they'll make a sequel that's not the animated sequel, it's like their own sequel.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see.
Didn't they do a Beauty and the Beast remake quite recently with
M. Night
Hermione?
Shyamalan, yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, there we go.
I'm not really a fan
The twist was she was the Beast.
I'm not really a fan of the original.
Yep.
But a lot of people who love that movie hate the new one.
I've heard,
for various reasons.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fine.
Okay then, great.
Yeah, I'm not really fussed either way. Cinderella's the best one.
Okay. Well, I think maybe they've learned from that because I think there were some tweaks made to that.
Yeah.
I think there were some because in the original, isn't he just like generally a bad guy? But in the new one, it's like, well, he was. It's not his fault. None of this.
Yeah.
Well, then he's not learning a lesson.
Exactly.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know,
I just like that he's just a bad dude, and then he learns a lesson.
So I think maybe what Jon Favreau is learning a lesson in this instance is not change anything. But then you're right. What's the point?
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see.
Super fancy though.
Super fancy. Mason, over at the sponsor that we're talking about this week.
I'm ready.
Movement Watches.
Yes.
We love Movement Watches.
I'm currently double fisting Movement Watches.
You are. 2 watches.
2 watches. Yep.
No, they've sent us some new styles this week, Mason. What do we got this week?
That's right. Despite
what are we spruiking?
despite them being fully aware that I will buy it anyway, regardless of what they do. Again, I'm pretty sure this is just a ploy to get me to buy their watches, and it's working. They sent us the Revolver, which is this one right here. It's a metal band. It's got a lovely blue dial on it. Comes in all sorts of colours though. You can get a leather band, you can get a bloody metal band.
What I also noticed is, and I didn't know, I've forgotten this.
Yes.
They send you extra links if you need to.
If you've got got a huge old wrist, they send you
I'm
extra.
taking links out.
I'm taking links out also. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty good. They don't only do watches. They do sunglasses, other accessories like bangles. They sent us one of those.
They
as
did,
well,
yeah.
Which Claire bloody swooped in like a magpie and grabbed immediately. So that was pretty good.
They send sunglasses. They sell sunglasses. They sell eyeglasses. If you need a prescription glass and Want a stylish frame? They do that as well, which is great.
They'll bloody sort that out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, the thing about these watches is they don't blow up your wrist with text messages or anything like that, or notifications or emails. It's just a watch that tells you what time it is, and then you know what time it is. Yeah.
As someone who's pretty much glued to their phone a lot of the time, when I put it away, I want it to be away.
Yes.
You know, I don't want it to be away, but then, hey, look down.
Yeah, absolutely.
On my wrist, and there's more text messages and everything. I just want to watch that tells the time.
And can you believe that these couple of college dropouts who started this company, Mason, because they wanted to get ahead in the watch game, sell watches at reasonable prices, they're now sold over 2 million watches in 160 years.
I can't believe
countries.
it. I can't believe it.
Yes.
I can't believe the first thing you said because it's clearly a lie. But I can't believe the second one.
That's
Yeah.
right. Watches start at just $95. Similar watch you're looking for $400. This is actually a really good gift for this season, this Christmas season. We can't say Christmas anymore, can you, Mason? You have to say Merry Christmas.
No, you can. Oh yeah, okay, that's true. Well, you certainly can't say sad Christmas, can you? Sad
You
Christmas,
probably say
everybody.
Sad Christmas. So this is a great place to start for men or women. They did all the hard work this holiday season, so you won't have to be curating any kind of styles or anything like that.
I've just put on the revolver. Look at this. Look how nice it looks.
So
I'm
slick,
so
Mason.
excited to take out 3 or 4 links for my tiny wrist and wear this on the streets. Oh, it's so good. Look at that blue. Look at it.
I know.
Yeah, very nice.
And also they do awesome gift boxes and packages. You can get 25% off, which is cray.
Yeah. It was 20, and then they're like, make it 25.
Maybe 25.
Make it 25.
At Movement's Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale with free shipping and free return, if you go to mvmt.com/weeklyplanet. Movement's launching new styles on their site all the time. Check out the latest at mvmt.com. Go to mvmt.com/weeklyplanet. Join the movement.
I have, and I will continue to do so.
Good. Mason, you know that guys can be hard to shop for. This is an ad.
Oh, shopping for your dad? You ever try shopping for your dad?
I'll never shop for my dad.
Wow.
Except for maybe now.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
they just get whatever they want. You're like, I'll buy my dad a lawnmower, and then you show up at his house, and he's already got a lawnmower.
He's got a better lawnmower.
He's got a better lawnmower. He's got a handkerchief on his head. And your dad puts a handkerchief on his head.
Not a real thing. Does your dad do that?
He's done it in the past.
Why doesn't he just wear a hat?
He wears a hat now.
You could get him a hat.
No, he's got heaps of hats already.
Okay, it doesn't
So-
sound like he's got that many hats if he's wearing a handkerchief. Mason,
Look, it's
that's all
not
I'm
the.
saying.
I feel you've really latched onto the part that isn't important here. The point is that it's hard to shop for your dad.
Fair point. But Harry's, though, is the perfect gift. Mm-hmm. So basically, the idea is if you want to find the right holiday gift for a guy, it can be nearly impossible. As mentioned, they're wearing handkerchiefs. They don't know what they're doing.
That's right. They've got the Ferrari of lawnmowers
That's
out on
right.
their yard. They don't need your lawnmower.
He doesn't need another wallet or a handkerchief or anything
exactly.
like that.
But all dads need to shave.
That's right.
Some
they
dads
do.
need to shave their head, like
That's
my dad.
right, like your dad. That's
Yeah,
right. Harry's make long-lasting quality products at a super reasonable price, and they've got 4.5 out of 5-star rating on TrustPilot.com. The best razors in the sky, presumably.
Oh my goodness.
They're also German-engineered blades, so they're as low as $2 each, and it's a practical gift. Practical gift, Mason, like you said, that he'll actually use because you have to shave.
You have to shave. Exactly.
You have to shave.
You have to shave.
There is no option. Harry's actually have a limited...
Unless you want your dad to look like a real deadbeat.
Yeah, do you
we
want
talking
that?
about dads? No. No, I don't.
It can be for anyone,
That's
Mason.
true, yeah.
Dad or not. Harry's limited edition set. This is something that they're offering at the moment for this bloody Merry Christmas season, Mason. As a special offer for fans of the show, we're partnered with Harry's to give you $5 off any shave set, including our limited edition holiday sets, when you go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet. Plus, you get free shipping.
Very
this
nice.
offer is for new and returning customers and is only available for the holidays.
You sometimes with some places you get penalised if you're an existing subscriber.
Which is rude.
It's rude, but
Yeah.
they're like, no, just you already buy some razors, get another
That's
discount. Get a
right.
bloody another discount.
So you can get, with that, you get an ergonomic weighted handle with an option to engrave, which is pretty
Yes,
sweet.
very good.
German,
Dad, as an
Yes, right,
example.
Dad. German engineered 5 blade cartridges that provide a close, comfortable shave, foaming gel for a rich lather, a travel cover to protect your blades, and a handsome holiday gift box. We've been given these before in
Yes.
previous years, and they're very fancy and very nice. Or if you want something for yourself also, you can just do that. You can redeem the trial offer to experience the quality of shave before committing. Get your holiday shopping done early. Free shipping ends on December 12th. That's coming up. So act now. Go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet to get $5 off a shave set while supplies last. That's harrys.com/weeklyplanet. get some bloody razors if you want.
Get some razors up you.
Yeah. Well,
No, that's their slogan. man.
okay.
Yeah.
With the travel blade cover though.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah.
Good. All right, I don't know why we're doing an episode on this because Wreck-It Ralph came out, as did Creed 2, but I don't think they came out on here.
No, they didn't.
So we're doing Robin Hood 2018.
Oh,
This movie made $14 million in the US
Uh-huh.
over a 5-day weekend because it's the
wow. Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Do you want to ballpark the budget?
How much do I think it
Yeah.
cost?
You don't have to.
No, I'd like to. I'm going to... $60 million.
You're 40 off.
$100 million.
No, 20.
Was it really $20 million?
No, it was 100.
Oh my God. What a roller coaster.
I know.
I knew I'd be shooting low.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe it's a low. Maybe they've done a lot with a little.
Where did the money go? Tunics, I assume?
No, because they just bought them all from the Gap.
They seem to.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into that, you need to tell us what the story was, obviously.
Okay. Well, like I said, this movie apparently is set in a parallel universe 2018.
Yes.
Where everybody looks and sounds and acts like it's 2018.
Do you ever see Guy Ritchie's King Arthur?
No.
It's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that style
So
of
it's
filmmaking.
just-
that
but-
successful style of
Yeah,
filmmaking.
that Guy Ritchie movie, the one nobody's seen.
Yes,
Terrific.
I've seen it on a plane.
Oh.
It's the best place to see it. Sorry, go on. It's
and-
also a weird prequel. Also, we're just going to spoil this. Keep
Okay,
going.
fantastic. All right. So, but it's not actually that. But they go, we're not going to tell you what year this is because it's so vague.
Yeah.
It's a medieval universe that apparently is going through an industrial revolution as well because they've got a mine that's constantly
Yeah.
pumping out coal for like steam engines or something.
What was the mine for? Gold, I assume?
I think the mine was just for producing like plumes of fire, just so there was some dramatic stuff to ride a horse past. I think.
Yes.
I think that was it was a dramatic fire mine. I
Yeah,
think.
okay.
Yeah. But anyway, this ain't your daddy's Robin Hood story. This ain't your grandpappy's story of just some thief. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
I would argue that it's better than the... People are like, well, it's not even as good as the Russell Crowe one. It absolutely is better than that movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
Haven't seen
that.
that.
Movie is so boring, you will die. From sadness
And yet you were
boredom.
still alive.
I left.
You saw people. You were towards the back like a cool kid, and you just saw rows of people just curling up like dead flowers. And you're like, "Oh, I'm
Oh,
gonna
gotta get
leave."
out, yeah.
You can feel the boringness approaching, and you're like, "I'm gonna run."
Yeah, and I escaped.
Okay, this movie does not start.
Got my
well.
hair though. It get great hair.
Yeah,
great
that
my
makes a
hair.
lot of sense. Yeah, this movie does not start well
No.
because it literally does that thing of like that is now a parody where it's like, this isn't the story you've been told.
Yeah.
There's a little more than you think.
Just show us the story.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think it. I think this movie would have been better if they just didn't say that.
Just go into it, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out from context.
Because you know what?
You don't need to be told that it's a Robin Hood movie at the start of it.
No.
Because presumably you bought a ticket for it.
Yeah.
And you went in. You said one ticket to Robin Hood. Imagine if you went in and they were like, and this is you may have heard of a man named Robin. You're like, what is this? What did I buy a ticket for?
Oh dear. But I'll tell you what though.
Yep.
I didn't hate it.
I also didn't hate it.
Yeah, I thought it was all okay. Like
Yeah.
the same way I thought that King Arthur was. I mean, this is Batman Begins, King Arthur, Mask of Zorro.
Yes.
This is all like, because, you know, with the mine and there's a, you know, and it's someone training a guy to be the hero of the town or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And maybe his intentions are whatever. Also, he wears blue. I know it's a prequel, but come on.
Yeah. The green has been given to Friar Tuck.
Yes.
He's the only clergyman who doesn't wear the clergy the standard issue robes. So they've given him green.
Yeah.
They've given him forest green, exactly what he doesn't wear in any other version of the Robin Hood
Weird.
story.
If this movie was 15 years ago, they would have got Bill Bailey to do
Yeah.
that role.
I was going to say, yeah, it's absolutely, but instead we got Australia's Tim Minchin.
Minchin, yeah.
But that's the thing, you know why they made Robin Hood wear blue? It's because if you put any amount of green in that, it looks exactly like Green Arrow's uniform.
Yeah, right.
That's
okay,
it. That
yeah.
is dead on the
Yeah. It's the tunic and all.
Yeah.
I wanted to actually ask you about the clothing in this.
Yep.
They're just wearing
They're
suits.
they're just wearing regular clothes, and a lot of this, they're just wearing. He's just bought a jacket at
Yeah.
bloody Armani Exchange or whatever. He's
know-
just wearing that.
I kind of leaned into it because I just accepted that this is some weird fantasy reality.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
It's not. It's sort of there's modern tropes and modern clothing, and they're wearing leather jackets. And if Ben Mendelsohn is just a tie away from just being a CEO.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a couple of buttons away from being his character in Ready Player One.
Yes,
It's the same
or his character in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yep, exactly.
Or Krennic, or
Yeah.
any of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought everyone in this was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone was terrible.
No.
What I thought was so strange about this was,
Oh, I was going to say, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of them are just wearing shirts from the Gap.
yes.
That undershirt's just from the Gap.
Yeah.
You know.
Did it work for you though? Any
The
of
look?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're a fashionista. You're a man of the world.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Work a bit harder at it. I understand it's supposed to look. Everybody's supposed to look cool, and it's supposed to look cool and modern and fresh and fast and stylish. But make it look a little bit more worn. Give us.
What did you think of the Robin Hood character himself though? Like the look, the way he acted. It's a bit of like, isn't it? Come on, let's bloody. As I messaged to you, it's more Robin Hood than Robin.
Yeah,
Robin Hood.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I
Or
like
Robin Brood. No, that doesn't work. Sorry, keep going.
I didn't mind the characterization. I guess
He's good.
Yeah.
He's charming in things.
yeah, but
this
again,
guy.
it's just for the most part, it's Bruce Wayne light
Yeah.
because he has to be. He is Sir Robin of Locksley. He's gone away to fight in the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
He's been declared dead while he's over there 2 years ago. He comes back. And everybody thought he was dead, but then he rejoins polite society. But actually, he's going to also become Robin Hood and destabilize the bloody.
Takes his hood off a lot, doesn't he?
Sure does.
So
Nobody
does
seems to
Jamie
notice.
Foxx. And also, there's not a lot of people who look like Jamie Foxx in that town.
This is just
I
him.
mean, he's always running around with Robin Hood in a cart or whatever.
Yeah.
So he rescues Jamie Foxx from the Crusades. No,
Yes.
he tries to save Jamie Foxx's son. And then he comes back.
While they're
with
in the
it.
Crusades,
Yeah,
yes.
and Jamie Foxx is like, listen, I hate the Crusades, but I hate Krennic even
Yes.
more. So I'm going to train you to be Batman. And then,
Yep.
and because I got my hand cut off by your mate, who's also Will Scarlet or somebody, or Little John, one of them. They
It's,
mentioned his
no, it's
name
Guy
at the end.
Gisborne.
Guy Gisborne.
It's Guy
Is it?
Gisborne. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not a good guy.
No.
Okay.
No.
Uh,
but Will Scarlet is in this. Okay, right. All right.
We'll talk
Come
about
on,
that.
we'll get to it.
I mean, we can talk about it now.
No, it doesn't matter.
Spoilers. Okay, so what is it? What is a weird?
He's
mod-
Two-Face.
They literally do the Two-Face story.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So at the start, when you see the Crusades,
And his face is scarlet, such
that's-
as Will
that's
Scarlet
good.
might be, yes.
Well, they don't actually say Will Scarlet.
No, they don't, yeah.
But yeah. So when Robin,
Imagine if he was like, and I will call myself Will, and then they just faded to black at the end. Wouldn't that be incredible?
yeah, absolutely it would. So they do SEAL Team Hood at the start,
Yeah.
where they go to Afghanistan. It seems,
Yeah, right.
They do the Iraq War with bows and arrows, and they storm a room like
Nobody looks like they're from medieval times.
No.
Nobody ever...
They're wearing body armor.
Yeah, right.
Like flak jackets.
But nothing like the hair doesn't look like
They all should have had a weird bowl cut.
weird bowl cut, exactly. Yeah. None of them shouldn't they have, how are they all clean shaven in the Afghanistan desert after 2 years of being there with no... It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Why don't they all have beards? It's the medieval times.
Yeah. I mean, they don't say where it is. They just say it's like the Middle East.
Yeah,
they don't
right,
name
uh-huh.
a particular place.
It's one of the Crusades. We don't know
what-
which
yeah,
one.
because
We don't know what year it is.
It could be in the future.
Could be the future, exactly.
It's where they got all those clothes from. They
This-
raided a gap.
This
It got
ain't
preserved in amber.
this ain't your granddaddy's Robin Hood story.
It's your great-great-great-grandson's Robin Hood story. So, and there's machine gun
There's machine gun crossbows,
and whatever.
and like shotgun crossbows
Yeah.
and all sorts. Yeah,
But when that was happening, I was like, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, for sure,
Who
uh-huh.
cares?
Yeah.
I mean, the Kevin Costner one, people like, remember that one? That one sucks. I mean, I know it's funny.
yeah,
And, it's just it's Kevin Costner running around with this bouffant haircut with an American accent. And the first thing he says in the movie is, "This is English courage," in an American
An accent,
accent.
yeah.
It's an amazing movie. But obviously
this
that...
movie's not funny.
No.
There's maybe like 2 attempts at a joke.
Well, it's also missing the Sheriff of Nottingham, like from the Kevin Costner one.
Yeah,
Because
right,
that
uh-huh.
makes that movie. The
Yes.
Alan
Rickman?
Rickman's.
Yeah.
I was going to say Alan Dale, but that's Bill
You
Bailey's
think of Alan
mate.
Adale.
I am thinking of Alan Adale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then when they... and then, like it is a modern day war, because they get pinned down in Afghanistan.
They call for air
They
support.
call air support, which is people just hurling rocks into the
From a
city.
catapult, yeah.
Which I was like, that's pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not against this.
I kind of like any kind of whenever it's like it's a medieval movie, but there's a gadget guy or something like that, and he's like, well, and
It's
he's
a bit
got
Assassin's
he's got
Creed,
the
they do it
he's
in
got
the
the
games,
equivalent
yeah.
of a machine gun or a
Yeah.
flare gun or whatever.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so that's what they did with this. There's no nods to historical accuracy or
I mean, Robin Hood himself was probably just a dude who just murdered people in the forest.
yeah, for sure, exactly.
Like
yeah.
our national
it was probably
hero.
a dog.
Yeah.
It was probably a rabid dog. And then Rabbit eventually became Robin.
yeah.
And Dog became Hood. And it's just like, beware for the Sherwood Forest, the brave
Yeah.
bandit Robin Hood.
That
Here he comes now.
That rabid dog killed like a local lord that people didn't like.
Yeah, right,
And then they
exactly.
went, "What? This guy's a legend."
National hero.
Yeah, that's it. Well, our national hero is like a murderer and a
That's
thief.
true, yeah,
So,
yeah,
know, yeah. And that song, Waltzing Matilda, is about a man who steals a sheep and then jumps
Drowns.
into a lake and drowns.
Yeah.
So and people are like, that should be the national anthem. Should it?
Should it?
Should that be the national anthem?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, jumbuck is nothing. It's about stealing a jumbuck, which is a sheep, but
Yep.
nobody has ever said that word outside of
go.
that song.
Wow.
Anyway, so what do you think of the action in this?
It's pretty solid, I
There's
think.
some real Arrow stuff in this, apparently, as well.
Right, okay.
Which I think is quite good. But then there's also like CGI, like he's pinned to he's behind a pillar and it's just like the arrows are pinging off the walls and
Yeah,
whatever.
right,
And he's like, ugh.
Yeah.
There's a bit of that.
But I think it's
some of
fast
it's
moving enough
okay.
that you don't really question it in the moment
Yes.
for the most part.
And because it's $100 million, it mostly looks okay. For a
Sure,
lot
yeah.
Of it. He does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that kind of 300.
Imagine being a money man at like a movie production place and they're like, how much money do you want for this? And you're like, well, for $100 million, it's mostly going to look okay. And they're like, all right, I guess.
And yeah, because there's nothing really stand out, is there?
No.
Except for that SEALs Team 6 shit.
Yeah.
But mostly because it was just weird. I'm like, this is a weird thing to put in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's that slow down, speed up.
The hand crank camera
But I don't know if they
situation.
do it. I think, do they even do that properly anymore?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Yeah.
a plug-in.
It's a plug-in or whatever, yeah. What I thought was interesting and mostly didn't work was that warmongering modern day parallel to be like, they're just funding this war to
Yeah,
keep
right.
society in check or whatever. You
See,
know.
it's been such a long time since I've seen or read anything Robin Hood that I don't know how much of that is
there. I think
Yeah.
they just take his money and they're just taking people's money and shit.
just spending it.
Because this is like he'd signed a deal with someone in the Middle East to wage this war together so they'd overthrow the King of England or whatever. And
Yeah, right,
there's-
right.
I think there's a bit of like the dude wants to be the king and
Yeah, I think that
whatever,
might be
but-
it. Yeah,
but I don't
Uh-huh.
remember. Also, it was just a rabid dog, so I don't think the dog
Exactly,
wanted to
it's
be.
true, yeah.
I think somebody probably ended up hitting that dog with an axe or something.
yeah, probably.
Probably
Yeah.
got
Probably
it.
just fell into a stream and died. Yeah, exactly. It was. That's an interest. I didn't think it necessarily beat us over the head too hard.
Sure.
But it was, they're very much like, okay, well, that's obviously the regular army, and this is like the mercenary army
Yeah.
that they've sent
the
into
mercenary
Iraq or
armies,
whatever.
the King's Guard or whatever you call them. They're,
Yeah.
they're clearly like your stormtroopers, like
Yeah,
faceless men that you
SWAT
can just-
team
you
kind
can
of thing.
riddle with arrows, and it's
Yeah,
fine.
uh-huh.
They're not just working guys or whatever. So when he comes home, though, they take his bloody palace, mate. They take it
Yeah.
away, and he just wanted to get married to Maid Marian.
To Maid Marian,
it
yeah.
was fine. But she's with bloody 50 Shades of Harvey Dent.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah, that's that dude.
I was gonna say poor man's Henry Cavill, but that's what's his face?
Yeah,
from
that's-
50
what's his
Shades of Grey.
face?
Terrific.
Jamie
yeah, because
Dornan, something?
Jamie Dornan. There we go. Because that's a very medieval name.
Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan.
Yeah,
That name belongs in Game of Thrones.
it
I
certainly
think.
does.
So Robin Hood had previously fallen in love with Maid Marian, and she with him.
Yeah.
And then he went off to war, and then she heard 2 years prior that he died. Two years past, she heard that he died, and then
Because the sheriff told him.
Yeah.
Because they wanted his castle.
exactly. So she's moved on, and she's gotten with Will Scarlet.
Yes.
And then
Two-Face.
a bit of a bloody.
He can't believe it.
You can't believe it.
He thought that she'd wait, but he was dead.
Even after he thought she would wait after his death.
Yes.
He's really quite. Robin Hood is quite put out that the love of his life did not wait at least 2 additional years after his actual death.
I would be shocked if I died and Claire wasn't at least dating after 2 years.
Yes.
That is madness. Just get back out there, I say.
Yeah, for sure.
If that rabid dog gets me,
that's right, yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, what I thought was good with this, I found the stakes were high for him personally for what was taken from him. I felt for that. I was like, this guy got ruined.
Yeah, right.
He was just a dude just trying to live his life. And, he was rich, but he was nice and whatever. But that guy took everything from him. So that to me was like, I was behind his mission to get Mendo.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this because of your recent experience with Defy Media?
That's exactly right. Yes.
Are you considering going to the Defy Media offices and
chumming my way in?
Yeah, riddling you people with arrows.
But potentially, yeah.
They're like, bring in the content cart. And they open the doors and then they bring in the cart of various internet content, and then you're underneath the cart, then you spray them all with arrows.
I'd have to obviously learn arrows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could do that.
Okay, cool.
I could learn arrows, couldn't I?
I think you'd learn arrows.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be, because after say the Hunger Games,
Oh yeah.
I think that
Just the last of the arrows?
Yes, I think that led to a rise in people taking up archery as a hobby.
Yeah.
Do you think this will? I don't think it
No.
will. No.
Nobody's seen this.
Yeah,
We're the only ones who saw this,
Yeah.
Mason.
But we both started up archery. So.
We certainly do. So the mines, we mentioned that earlier. How do they work in terms of, so everybody moved to the mines and then whatever it is they're mining, whether it be fire or
plot devices. I think they're mining for plot
devices. Do they
devices.
sell it to the sheriff? And he's like, and then I'm going to take half of your money. It's for the war effort. And
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
all very vague. They
Isn't
get
it?
they get some amount of money.
yes.
I think maybe they might be selling it to other towns or something, and then they get money, but then the sheriff takes their money.
So the other town doing some fire and spark stuff.
I guess they're making some fire and sparks, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they're making 80s rock videos
They
in the
might
other
just be,
towns.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Just requires fire and sparks.
Maybe it's the modern day. It's just some weird Amish community.
It's the village all over again.
It's the
If you
village.
move 100 meters in any other direction, there's just people like sitting on a park bench drinking a latte out of like a keep cup, being like, "What's going on down?" There's just a whole bunch of people on their phones recording this. Just disaster. People on their lunch breaks being like, "What's happening?
Oh, that's great.
Do you want me to call you an Uber? Your
what?
cart's broken down."
What a movie.
Yeah.
So Robin gets shot in the leg at one point.
Yes.
And he recovers from that.
And in the chest.
And in the chest.
Yeah.
But not like where your heart isn't. On the heart side.
Where the side where the heart
Side
is.
where the heart
And
is.
not in a place where you might be carrying a holy Bible or you've got your armor plating from the war, you're wearing that.
Maybe he's not wearing plating, is he?
No, he's not.
I didn't
He's
think
just-
he was, yeah.
But he gets shot. He gets shot 3 times in the movie. He gets shot once
Oh, in Afghanistan.
in Afghanistan when in pretty much the same place in the chest when he is wearing his armor. And then he just recovers from that immediately.
Well, by the time he gets home. I thought he would be injured when he got home, but he wasn't.
No, he's not. He's fine.
He got shot in the leg.
So he gets shot in Afghanistan in the chest with an arrow, and then on the 3 months it takes to get the disease-ridden boat
Yes.
from Afghanistan back to
Which
Nottingham.
Jamie Foxx was just living in the hull.
Yeah,
underneath.
he was completely healed.
Yes.
on this ship filled with like rotting meat people and cholera and no nutrition.
Rats
By
and-
the end of it, he's fine.
Yeah.
Just okay then.
Pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, but then he gets shot in the leg, and
And
that
then
annoys him
Jamie
for a
Foxx
while.
punches the wound,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
which was something. But then he gets shot literally in the heart.
yeah, and then he's fine.
Yeah, because she kisses him better.
Yeah.
But not on the heart.
No.
On the mouth.
Oh.
Oh. Is that your granddaddy's?
The arrow wound of the face.
That's right.
The mouth.
So I thought he was killed and like Will Scarlet was going to be the new Robin Hood or
Nah.
something.
Nah.
This is like that Terminator Salvation shit where they give him a heart transplant.
Yeah, right.
In the
I think-
middle of a dusty field.
Yeah, I mean, it could very well have been one of those things where it was the late stage. Because if I remember correctly, in Terminator Salvation, the premise of that movie was that John Connor, the real leader of the Resistance, is killed.
Yes.
And then the cyborg man takes
his
over his
face or
face.
whatever, yeah.
But in then they rewrote it
Yeah.
so that the cyborg man who had been punched in the heart
Yes.
gives his liquefied heart to John Connor, and then John Connor's fine.
Yeah,
again.
he gave it to him in a beaker.
Yeah, so they rewrote, but I mean potentially
Just
maybe
his heart in a bucket, just a
Yeah.
bucket of blood and guts. Yeah.
maybe there was some late stage contract renegotiations, and they were
Yeah.
like, Taron Egerton is coming back for the next one,
Right.
so we have to rewrite this so he's unshot in the heart.
I don't think he's coming back for the
No.
next one.
No, you don't think?
I don't think so.
anyone is coming back for
I
the
don't
next
think
one?
anybody's ever coming back for another Robin Hood movie ever.
The only tweets I've gotten about this movie have said, I think this movie is a prime contender for The Game Is On.
Yes.
Our famous award at the Weekly Planet Awards at the end of the
Yes.
year.
Do you think it's as egregious as what was a previous one from this year? I remember there was one particularly bad one, but I can't remember.
Can't
Maybe
remember
it was
what it is,
Venom, but that's getting one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Might have been another one.
This isn't, I don't think this is as egregious, good word, by the way.
Thank you.
Because it's just, it doesn't feel, it just feels like this is how the legend turned out kind of thing. It's a bunch of bandits in the forest.
Yeah, right.
And we don't have to see that,
Yeah.
but it's just the
But
way.
that's also the Robin Hood story.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Which is weird because the Russell Crowe one ended the same way.
With them all going out into the forest, yeah.
Maybe. I left because everyone was dying.
Exactly,
remember?
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it could very well win that award. But it didn't feel Dracula Untold, The Mummy
Yeah,
bad.
right.
But it's still definitely a
It's definitely a contender for sure, yeah. But I mean, I guess what is a movie these days that doesn't have at least a nod to maybe we'll get 5 more movies out of this?
Yeah,
you know,
that's
it's a rare movie these days that isn't like we
be
can't just make one
Yeah,
because that is a waste.
100 movies.
Well, I mean, we've bought all these costumes from the Gap and our money exchange, so we may as well get our money's worth.
If not, I could just wear them in regular society. and
Exactly,
nobody
yeah.
will notice. Look, I guess it's worst, but it's. I think you could watch this on a plane or if on Netflix.
You could watch it on your
You
phone.
could watch it on your phone. You wouldn't even have to have your phone facing you.
No,
That's fine.
Or in landscape mode. Just have it in portrait mode. Watch it on YouTube in that tiny little top third.
You could.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
So yeah, I think it's fine to
Yeah,
be honest.
uh-huh.
Like it's certainly not great, but I think when people are like, "This is an absolute travesty of a Robin Hood film," how many Robin Hood films have you seen?
Yeah,
'Cause they're
exactly.
all terrible.
I think this is one of the best of
Yeah.
that particular bunch. What did you think of? I don't know, the accents. What did you think? We didn't talk about Mendo. I like Mendo in
Yeah,
this.
he's good. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the new Christoph Waltz, as I said on
That's
my
true,
channel,
yeah.
Hustle. But yeah,
He's and he also I think brought more. He had a wild backstory that I don't think anybody else
boy,
had.
did he?
He had a as the sheriff of Nottingham, he had this story, this deep grim backstory of abuse at the hands of like the clergy as a
yeah.
child, and I guess you're supposed to sympathize with him, but then he's just a horrible torture and butcher and murder
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's like, well, what side are we supposed to be on? But then everybody else is just like, I went to war and now I'm back and I'm going to steal everybody's money and I did a fart, you know?
I don't remember there being that specific
You
joke.
tuned out for a bit.
I may have,
You
yeah.
panicked
I
because
did
you
go to
thought
the
everyone
toilet.
was going to die.
I
So
ran out.
then you left and you came back.
I ran out, then I put my ear to the door.
That's right.
They should put a canary at the front of a cinema.
It should,
That's
shouldn't
all
they?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Two-Face moment. Where,
Oh, yeah. I was going to say about...
oh, sorry, Mendo? You
no,
saying?
Mendo was good, but again, nobody else
I thought
had any...
everyone was fine in this.
Yeah, I think so. I feel Jamie Foxx's accent wavered quite a bit.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He was...
Why did he do this, of all people? It seems like he's kind of beyond this kind of thing.
I reckon he had the biggest paycheck in this. For
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to do any of the action.
I think that remaining $40 million that I forgot about, that was his paycheck.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Uh-huh.
So they literally have Two-Face roll in fire like the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And get half his
So
Two-Face.
so Will,
Yes.
the other third in the love triangle.
Yes.
He
He's actually an opportunistic politician.
oh, is that because he seemed like a fairly decent
but there was
guy.
a few moments where he was
Yeah.
like, this guy just
I
trying to-"
kind of feel like they were really reaching. They were like,
Oh, yeah.
but we need to because
Fake out.
yeah, they really needed to be like, well, she's fallen in love with this second guy, but we need a way to make him also a bad guy. So we'll just make him opportunistic, and that's just good. That's good enough to
Yeah.
get rid of him. That's good enough to have him mutilated. So that's fine.
And he was.
Yeah. So then
He wasn't even that badly mutilated.
Oh, that's right. So after Robin Hood is shot in the chest and the heart.
Yeah.
And the arrow is removed and he gets a kiss from Maid Marian and he's fine.
Mwah.
Then it's at that moment when Will sees them doing the old smoochy smooch and he's like, no, I've been betrayed by everybody. And then he gets clocked in the head, in the back of the head while he's holding a Molotov cocktail, which falls to the ground and bursts into flames and he falls face first into the
rolls
fire.
right in it.
Rolls right into it.
Quite a bit.
He could have rolled in any number of directions.
He rolled
right,
in it.
Face first into it.
Got his ear.
Yep.
Got some of his head.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end he's like, now I'm the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes.
And everyone went, okay.
Okay then. Yeah.
Why didn't Robin Hood shoot him through the chest when he was on the roof at the end? When he's like, there's a new law in town and it's me and I've made a deal with the bishop or whatever. And Robin Hood's right there and he's like, I'll show him. And he shoots the poster. Just shoot him.
Just shoot him, exactly.
Just shoot him.
Shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot him heaps of times. Shoot him with one of those weird Arabian crossbows that's got 50 arrows in it.
There's a moment where someone's holding one of those like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Like it's shoulder mounted.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's kind of fun, this movie.
It's kind of fun.
I mean, don't go out of your way.
Definitely not.
Again, if you want to go by my secondary review system, which is if I woke up in the cinema, and this was playing, would I continue watching it? Probably some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the bit at the start.
Yeah. If you wake up in a cinema and it happens to be playing, you should probably watch, and you haven't seen it before, probably watch it.
Yeah, I think it's
not bad.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's a stunning recommendation.
Isn't it though? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's not The Mummy.
It's not the Mummy. It's
way better than
It's
The
way
Mummy.
better than the Mummy. Yeah.
Okay.
There were so many good movies that came out this week. I can't believe we watched this. The Old Man and the Gun came out.
Yeah.
Robert Redford
Yeah, I
is in
know.
that. It's his last movie, allegedly.
Apparently, maybe it might not be. I know.
Okay.
I couldn't make it to Creed 2, and you couldn't either. So.
No,
well, you
that's
couldn't
true.
make it, then I was like, well, I'm not rushing across
Yeah,
town
right.
to see
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
But next week we'll do Creed 2.
Cool.
And
Cruise Control. Creed Control.
Creed Control. And I'm probably not going to see Wreck-It Ralph, even though apparently it's good.
People have said it's good.
Yeah. Okay, you know what it's time for?
Oh, what we reading?
What we gonna
What
read?
we gonna read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What will you read?
I watched Batman Ninja finally.
Oh, and?
It looks great.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a real Robin Hood situation.
Well, it looks really good. It's not quite anime. It's kind of, I don't know. It's some interim. It looks like Japanese paintings of old. It's got these really interesting textures, and it looks like. Have you seen that? Do you ever play that old video game where you're like that? I think maybe it's called a kami. It's like you're a dog.
Yeah, I played that,
You're like an animated
Yes,
dog. It
yes.
looks like that.
Okay.
But like it looks great.
Is that
but
where
it
the legend of Batman started? With a Japanese dog?
with a Japanese dog, exactly, in the forest. Yeah, exactly. But it's very formulaic, but it looks good.
Okay,
The premise is that Gorilla Grodd, in the modern day, Gorilla Grodd's time machine explodes, and every member of the Batman family and all the villains end up back in time.
Oh, so it's not even an alternate reality.
No,
It's just
no.
Bruce Wayne is thrown into medieval Japan or whatever.
Yes, exactly. So,
Okay.
and basically what happens is Batman is separated from the group by a couple of minutes, and so by the time he gets back in time, due to time dilation or
Yeah.
whatever, 2 years have passed by the time he gets there, so all the other characters are already established, and the Joker's taken over, or all the various villains have taken over various parts of Japan,
Right.
and Batman and the team have to clear up, but like everybody's there, like every Robin is there, like Nightwing and Red Robin
wow.
and regular Robin.
Sounds great.
Catwoman is in there. Alfred's there.
Yes!
Yeah, Alfred's in medieval times. It looks
But
great.
did Alfred get there first?
Yeah, he got there before.
So they
Batman
got
did.
there and established a Batcave or whatever?
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah. It's quite. It looks great, but it's fairly formulaic plot wise. But I think it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
I also watched. Maybe you watched this too. I watched the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I have not watched that
It's
yet.
great.
I've
It's
heard
the-
mixed things.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a movie strictly speaking. It's
a series of vignettes.
It is a series of vignettes. Good word.
Thank you.
It's a series of short stories by the new Coen Brothers production.
It was going to be a series, is that right?
Yeah, well, apparently they've been writing these stories for 20 years or 25 years or something.
Yes, so they say.
Tim Blake Nelson, who was Buster Scruggs in the first story, he apparently received his script in 2002.
Yeah, so he says.
So he says it's a bloody conspiracy, isn't it? It's good
Really?
to see. It's good to
2002,
see I don't know, because as far as Coen Brothers movies go, my favorite is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Which is the musical one.
I've never seen that.
And it's good to see Tim Blake Nelson back doing a bit of a sing song.
Bit of a song and a dance.
So it's interesting because there's no correlation between any of the.
So
they never intersect
they
at
don't
any
Sin
point.
City it where they see each other in a
No, there's never anything connecting them. It's just a series of here's the Wild West and here's some stuff that happened in the Wild West. There you go.
Okay.
I don't really think any lessons are learned or anything. It's
I
just
don't need
kinda,
that.
Yeah, but they are fun. The opening one, especially the title one, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, is I don't know, just enjoyable. I don't know. Yeah,
Get into it.
get into it.
So it's one and then it stops and it's another. It's not like and then we come back to this one.
no, it's styled as like a storybook,
Yeah, right.
and somebody mysteriously turns the pages, and then you see a little.
And it's Sam Elliott at the end.
You never see who it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
It
Maybe
was
is.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, maybe
then.
it's Sam Elliott. But you see like a color plate which has like something in that story and a little quote from the story, and then you see the story, and then they turn the page to the next story, and it sort of goes on. There's a whole bunch of people in it. There's bloody
Sounds like a real story.
Brendan Gleeson's in it, and
Love Brendan
Tom
Gleeson.
Waits, the musician, is in it.
Love Tom Waits. I think
Yeah, good. He's good. He's good. Great albums. A whole bunch of people are in it.
Heath Ledger's joke is pretty heavily based off young Tom Waits.
There
Ever
you go.
seen like a particular interview? Anyway, sorry, go on.
Who else is in it? Just a whole bunch of people. It's good. I don't know. I enjoyed it. So you've heard mixed things.
Well, when I was talking to the Lights Camera Barstool guys, they said that it wasn't great and they got crucified.
Right, okay.
By
Well,
people,
that's
yeah.
the problem you face when you criticize a Coen Brothers anything.
Yeah,
Just like, hey man,
don't.
what are you? They're
Well, I
they're all
loved
geniuses.
Hail Caesar, and that's
That
supposed
is
to
a
be
good
not
movie,
a good
yeah.
one, but I really like that movie.
I also like that one. Yeah,
it was fantastic.
Uh,
And Alden Ehrenreich in that is very good.
Yeah,
In
great
that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good in Solo as well, but I love that scene with him and Rafe Fiennes, that acting scene. I think that's
where he
so
can't quite get
funny.
it. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is Coen Brothers. I don't know because there's something about this that I enjoy. But it's not a movie. It's not.
Yeah.
I can't quite explain
I
it.
like that, though.
You're either
Something
going to
a
like
bit
these little stories or you're not.
Yeah.
And
If you don't like one and then you're like, well, the next one will be around the corner, so
I guess that's kind of
yeah.
true. Yeah, it's like sketch comedy. It's like you
Okay.
don't like the first one. I think maybe one is based on an original story and the rest of I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been watching on Netflix called Sick Note. It stars Rupert Grint.
Oh, it's the sequel to Death Note.
Yes, that's right.
The prequel to Death Note,
Prequel
rather.
to Death Note.
Yeah. So that's the one. So Rupert Grint is.
Ronald Weasley.
Yeah. And is it
And Nick
a dude who
Frost.
spent his entire school career forging sick notes? And
No,
then he
no,
does it as
he's
an
been
adult?
bumming around,
Yeah.
and then his girlfriend hates him, and he's going to get fired. But then he finds out from Nick Frost that he's got cancer.
Nick Frost is a doctor. He
Nick
doesn't
Frost is a
find out from
doctor.
and the actor
Yeah,
Nick Frost.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then he's, so he tells everybody, and then he doesn't get fired. And his girlfriend loves him again. But then it turns out that Nick Frost was a false diagnosis.
Uh-huh.
So then he wants to keep pretending he's got cancer. It's not. It's the ratio for mean to funny is not right.
I see.
So it's kind of like
who's where is the mean
just a
coming from?
general mean. Who's one of the dudes from Miami Vice is in it? What's his name?
Colin
No,
Farrell?
the original guy.
Don Johnson.
Don Johnson's in it. I think it's Don Johnson. And people also, some people are just impossibly dumb in a way that I can't get behind this world or premise.
Yeah, okay, it's a bit because so are you saying that people
It is Don Johnson. But
Yeah, okay. But so I understand where you're going. Where it's again, you want it to be a real world. You don't want it to be like
or even fantastical.
Yeah,
I'll take
right.
that. But
Uh-huh.
it's just
you don't want it to be. Do you feel like some of the premises they went, okay, well we have to get the characters here, so
Yeah.
we'll just have a character forget how to
Yes.
tie their shoes, and then
that happens. And there's a
Okay.
lot of like, because Nick Frost is like impossibly stupid,
Uh-huh.
and there's a couple of characters like that. And
even though he's a doctor,
and then so like he's like, you got to cover up the evidence for whatever, and then Nick Frost will be like, but the evidence is stuck to my bum or something, and
and I did a fart.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. It's I don't think I'll keep watching it.
Okay, but it's a series.
Apparently,
There's 2 seasons of it, I think somebody was saying.
Okay, yeah. Maybe it gets better, but It's not terrible, but it's just not really for me, I think.
Okay, then.
Anyway, good on Rupert Grint.
Good on Rupert Grint.
It's getting out there.
I think I saw an article on that, and it started with the title was like Ron Weasley and something, and I'm like, oh, he's never getting away from that, is he?
No.
Yeah.
And he was like, I also read an article about it today because I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah, right.
And but it was mostly about him being in Harry Potter.
Right.
And how he did those movies for 10 years. And he's like, I don't know how much money I've earned. He's like, I genuinely have no idea. Apparently it's like $28 million over the 8 films or whatever. And he's like, yeah, if they do Cursed Child, I probably won't come back. And I'm like, bullshit. They will back a truckload of money out to your door and just, you'll drown in it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you made $28 million, I would not be surprised if they went, we'll give you another $28 million to be in this for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Or however
exactly.
long his appearance is.
Look, he's not the best character in the series, is he? As we've established, but he's good. I think he's a decent actor.
You were saying that's not entirely his fault, right? Because
No, they
took all the
at the risk of delving back into Harry Potter.
Harry Potter here. No, here we go. Because they took a lot of his good lines and stuff from the books and gave them to all the other characters.
And he's, as we've talked about, he's the wizarding world in because he's grown up with it. And they only sort of hinted that in some of the later movies. Hermione's the one who knows everything, even though she didn't grow up with any of it. But anyway, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll do another segment.
Let's do a segment about letters. Letters.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
When we do film this, if it ever happens, I keep threatening that we're going to do that. What are we going to do during the letter segment? Like, is it just going to...
We'll do a dance.
But is it going to pan from us just... It's just going to go back and forth from us just sitting awkwardly, listening to the...
I'm going to be doing a dance.
You're going to be doing a dance. Because I normally do a little bit of a dance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to do a dance on camera, you know what I mean?
You're self-conscious.
I don't know if I'm brave enough
You like
for
to
that.
dance like no one's watching you on a video
As long as
feed.
there's nobody watching.
Yeah, I understand.
I dance like no one's watching if no one's watching. Okay, if you want to reach the show, hashtag weeklyplanetpod on Twitter, shoot through a tweet, or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. Mason will go into that bloody grab bag of glorious messages. And I think you found a good one, didn't you?
I did. This is from Chris Bolton. Some thoughts on Robin Hood and a rising controversy in the archery world.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. That's right.
I mean, I'm in.
Which I believe is the name of the movie. The full title of the movie is Robin Hood and a Rising Controversy in the Archery World. If you remember that. So Chris, he says, I'm a hobbyist archer, not a great one, but he was a skilled extra in King Arthur.
Sounds like he's pretty good. He says not great, but I bet he's shit hot.
Yeah, right. But apparently, so it's the one with the dude from Sons of Anarchy. Was he in it?
Yes.
Charlie Hunnam was in that one. Okay, right. And even then, they only trusted with CGI'd arrows. So
wow.
they got in expert archers, and they were like, here's your fake bow. You don't get any arrows. Just pretend.
Just pretend.
You've been doing this for years, but here, that's only because you've got a holding an arrow stance.
Yes.
We did. So a few years ago, apparently there was a viral hit with a Danish archer doing flips, jumping around, shooting 2 arrows at once. He claimed to have discovered a lost form of archery, which is more effective and more historically accurate.
What?
What do you mean?
Where did he find it?
Doesn't say. But apparently he hadn't, and it isn't. Like he was
like, did he find a book? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. We'll have to look into this. I think that'd be maybe fascinating to look into. But apparently he was just like a trick shooting guy. He was a trick shooting guy, but he's like, no, this isn't trick shooting. I'm all about bloody...
No one was doing flips and firing 2 arrows.
Yeah.
You know why? Because people didn't want to do a flip, because if you shattered your knee, you just couldn't walk forever.
Exactly,
People didn't do that then.
Yeah. But apparently this guy consulted on the Robin Hood film.
Oh, the flip trick shooter.
The flip trick, because there's a lot of flipping and tricking. But also, like, a lot of this arrow stuff in Robin Hood was basically just Hawkeye in the Avengers. There's a lot of jumping off a roof while firing an arrow. You know, I think a lot of on a horse firing an arrow kind of thing.
A lot of on a horse firing an arrow.
Yeah.
What did he say about this guy on set?
Doesn't say. But this is on Robin Hood, not King Arthur.
Yes. Sorry. I know.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to like this expert who discovered this ancient art.
Oh, we should look into him. We should Google Danish archery expert. See what comes up.
Imagine being a guy who's like, I discovered new archery. Just say I'm really good at archery.
Okay. Apparently, this Danish archer is he's attempted another viral video where he shoots people at point blank.
Right.
As in an attempt to do the William Tell legend where you shoot an arrow like an apple off their head.
Okay.
So To apparently a lot of archers, like in real world, are like, "You've crossed the line here, mate."
That's not a cool thing.
Because that's not a cool thing to do. Because it's like, because apparently when, again, like we were saying, whenever a movie comes out with archery or a viral video about archery, everybody's like, "I could do that.
Right.
I'll give it a try," kind of thing, right?
Oh, this is on the Wikipedia. In a video posted on YouTube in 2017, Anderson demonstrated his ability to shoot arrows that turn in mid-flight, while some expert archers claimed that his methods are only good for short-range shooting.
Oh,
Imagine.
that is controversial. But apparently, because of this, some people have called for a boycott of Robin Hood.
Yeah, well, you don't need to.
No, that's right.
You
Yeah,
don't need to worry about that.
No, the boycott, it was successful.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushed
Okay,
it.
so his video posted in 2012 has gone viral across the web, and one of New Level of Archery was posted, in 2015, receiving over 23 million views in 1 week. Holy shit, that's a lot. In which Anderson
Probably
demonstrates...
earned more than Robin Hood.
Definitely. Demonstrates how to shoot while holding multiple arrows in his hand and shooting while on the move, jumping up close, far away, and hanging upside down. However, many historical and scientific claims made in this video have been contested or discredited, and a few of the ideas have gained traction with other archers and internet personalities. Lars responded to claims against him and his technique. In a video, Lars attempts to clarify his statements, some of which were in agreement with arguments some of his original videos claimed, mainly that his style was forgotten or he reinvented, but some of them refuting the criticisms against him, such as the text he refers to. Okay, so he said he found a text.
Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the pointy end of this. Here we go. This
would
is
not
what we
included
want.
the topic of speed. Would not include the topic of speed shooting and the Archer paradox. And what is that? Because I want to know what the Archer.
We're going to find out what the Archer paradox. We're going
is.
through. This is great. Well, look, we've already burned our bridges with the Harry Potter community and apparently the Pokemon community.
Yes.
So let's go with let's ruin the archery community
Agreed.
as well. Okay.
The Archer's paradox is a phenomenon of an arrow traveling in a direction it is pointed at full draw, when it seems that the arrow would have to pass through the starting position it was in before being drawn, where it is pointed to the side of the target.
I'm lost.
What?
We're
Okay,
done.
This is it.
We're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun ride, though.
It was a fun ride. It's
Okay.
good to know that I love it whenever I hear about any kind of niche
Yeah.
fandom or any group, and it's like, we've got our controversies as well. You
That
know?
was you shouldn't say this because you should never have favorites, but my favorite kids to teach.
Yeah.
I like all kids equally, Mason, though, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Was kids who have really niche hobbies. And
Yeah,
like,
right.
they're not just like, I'm playing football because it's cool or whatever. They're just like, I really like caterpillars and I know everything about caterpillars.
right,
And then I'm like, tell me literally everything you know about caterpillars because this is fascinating to me. I want to know from somebody who's just spent weeks just reading about
exactly,
caterpillars. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. This is from Massive Late Fee. There has been a big backlash over talk of a Back to the Future reboot. Did you see that on Twitter?
No.
Someone did a poll and they were like, we did a poll and the public decided that we wanted a Back to the Future reboot, and it exploded. People are like, how dare you, whatever. Are the movies too sacred to ever reboot? What do you think? I think they should do it. If they probably should do a sequel if they're going to do anything.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't replace. I feel like it'd just be Ghostbusters all over again.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to live in those 2 years where that happens.
Yeah, ever again.
Don't make me.
Stop doing it. No,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think, and not even that it's sacred. I don't think of it in terms of sacred. I always think just in the sense that people, especially the first two, people widely regard those as just great, fun movies.
Yeah.
And why do you need to make them again? You're inevitably going to change them, and they're going to be worse.
Yep.
Kind of thing. But I also believe that whoever has the controlling interest in the stories of those movies or
what's his name? Yes.
he says he's not
He's not gonna do
He's
it,
not going to
yeah.
release it. Maybe after he dies, but while he's still alive, they will never make
The
a.
hell's his name?
I know, right?
He's very famous.
He's
he
incredibly
did
famous.
Castaway, and he also did all those CGI
Tom
movies
Hanks.
that no one liked.
Yep. Robert Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Right. So yeah, I don't think they'll reboot it. But are there things that are too sacred to reboot?
Yes.
Like
That's
what
I'm
else?
saying.
Do you think they'd reboot, say, Star Wars? They did Star Trek.
That's true,
Well, when
yeah,
it was
that's
sort of the
interesting,
same
isn't it?
timeline.
See, that's how
You
they
can't
got
do
around
that in
it,
Star
yeah.
Wars, though. There is time travel in Star Wars. and
Yeah.
they're doing more time travel in Star Wars in the comics at the moment. I'm like, oh shit.
How with this weird time travel tree?
It might be. Yeah,
Okay.
a dude in the new Darth Vader comic, which you should 100% read
From the start?
from the start.
Okay.
It's like they're doing 25 issues. There's 2 left.
Okay.
It wraps up like next month. You should just it's great. You'll love
Okay,
it.
all right.
But there's a guy like a Sith mask that when it gets on a person, it controls them or whatever.
It's the mask.
Yeah, it's the mask basically. It's got this
Wow.
dude's
If
personality.
only
stuff
somebody
to
would
it.
stop them.
If only. But he's got too many Tommy guns and wide
got so
brimmed
many
hats
Tommy
or
guns,
whatever.
yeah.
But then he opens a portal and the past version himself walks through and he puts the helmet on the past version himself. So I don't know.
He's a paradox.
I guess.
Wow. They're really setting up some time travel
That's what I'm
stuff in
saying.
this
Something's
universe,
going on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Something's going on.
But I think it would be odd if they were like in maybe the next Star.
Could be dimensional. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be weird in the next Star Wars movie if they solved some stuff with time travel and went, just like in the comic books you've all been reading, because nobody's reading them, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, people are, but
People are, but the general population is not reading them, right?
Agreed, but they also, like we've said, they can turn around and go, well, you said, there was no precedent for it, but technically there's precedent for it.
Yeah.
Because if that had been a comic where somebody made a hologram of themselves before The Last Jedi,
People would have to shut up about it, wouldn't they? Yeah,
people would,
that's true.
but they won't
Yeah.
shut up
They
about
will
it.
not
It
shut
was
up.
in Legends. It's happened in
Yeah.
Legend like a lot.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Anyway.
say anything sacred.
He's not the main character. It doesn't matter. The same rules don't apply. Leave it. Villains and side characters, it doesn't matter. They're just magic.
They're just magic.
They're just magic.
What else is sacred? You'd think RoboCop, but they did that.
That's true. I don't think they're sacred. I
No,
think
you're probably right.
Yeah. Indiana Jones reboot, definitely.
I don't know. I think you could get away with just a James Bond recast,
Right, but like,
but like an actual reboot.
I mean, like a reboot of like, and it's in the '60s now or whatever. Like, I don't think that would work.
Nah, probably
Or the
not.
modern day or something
Nah,
like that.
probably
You know.
not. Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Let's just leave him alone.
Let him fart in peace.
Let him exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's in his retirement.
I don't
now.
know. I think most things just aren't that sacred anymore. I think it's probably more when you get down the line from things and then like, no, you don't touch that because it's been 20 years. And, like you wouldn't reboot Blade Runner now, I guess. Also, monetarily, you wouldn't.
No,
because
absolutely not.
You would lose all your...
Although I just bought the Blu-ray, so
It's so good.
Yeah.
What an amazing looking film.
I'm hoping that those weird short films are on the Blu-ray as well. I haven't checked.
Oh, because I've got a copy of that as well because it's in that Samsung
Yeah.
thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I'm going to check those out.
Yes.
Also, they're doing an anime, aren't they? Or a
Might
comic?
be, yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe they're doing a comic. I think they're doing a comic.
Oh.
They're doing an Altered Carbon cartoon and
Yeah, right.
matter.
Cool.
Anyway, this is from Nemesis Crime.
Ooh.
New idea for a new Terminator movie. Fuck past, how about future? It's a good tagline. 1,000 years on, humans won. How? No guns, no violence, stupid dragging side plot like X-Men, Days of Future Past, with Terminator's T's learning of future goings, goes to future. Okay, so Terminator goes to future. So it's a slasher movie in the third act like Terminator 1. And then he says shout out.
Oh, I see. What
This
you're
has
saying
been a very
is...
poorly worded tweet. But I like the core idea.
So
It's
the premise,
interesting.
what you're saying is, it's the future,
Yeah.
and the Terminators and the humans have won.
Yeah.
And now we're in a peaceable future.
They're loving it. It's like the
There's-
time machine future.
Okay, so it's
Samantha Mumba's there.
yeah, terrific.
He's having a good time.
Yeah. So it's a peaceful future, and maybe everybody's thrown all their weapons away or something
Yeah.
like that. But so and one Terminator has gone to the future.
Yes.
To kill people.
And it's the Robin Hood future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of steel mills to
So
kill him.
Get him one of those.
But why? What are the stakes there?
I don't know. Start again.
Oh, I see. Right, rebuild
Skynet it
Skynet
up?
again.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I can see that. That's a good. Okay, I enjoy that concept.
I think they'd more likely go medieval
Yeah.
than the future, because then you'd
Yeah.
have to take a punt at the future. You could just be like, "This is a bloody, 18, not 1800s, further back, the medieval
This
times."
is 1950, the medieval times. You know. You get it.
Everyone's boring and the same.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
This is from Nathan Casey. Speaking of Harry Potter, as we
Okay.
always do. We were talking about Johnny Depp's weird eye in these movies. He reminded him that he read somewhere that when the first Fantastic Beasts came out, they were really keen on getting David Bowie as Grindelwald. Is that true?
I didn't hear that, but that's good.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes, because he's got the dilated
Explains the
pupil.
look, right?
Yeah.
Would Bowie have done better than Depp in the role?
Yes.
Yes.
He might be. He's too old though. He would have been too old.
Well, he's too old to portray. They could have tweaked him in
They could
CGI.
have. And also they could have just cast an older Dumbledore.
That's true.
'Cause-
And they could have. Well,
yeah.
what they could have done is they could have sort of CGI'd David Bowie as like Aladdin Sane or like one of his previous
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
looks
Yeah,
and
okay.
because then it wouldn't matter if he looked
Ziggy
kind of
Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust. It wouldn't matter if he was kind of like alien looking and
Ethereal
kind of
and-
ethereal because that's
They took the nose off Voldemort.
yeah. I mean
so-
because he's magic and he's whatever.
I haven't heard that rumor.
I also hadn't heard that
Okay,
rumor,
I'm
but
just
that's
gonna
fine.
quickly Google that.
But that would make sense. But of course, because that's one of our complaints, I think, about the previous one is that he's not charismatic.
No.
And you want this guy to be seducing people with his words and also his he's got the right ideas, but he's also smooth and he's got a way with words and he's got a way to charm
like the
people.
dude from bloody like he's in that other movie or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, the one about how he steals a baby or whatever. I can't find anything specific on this,
No.
but people have noticed.
Yeah,
that there is that
Uh-huh.
possibility. Yeah, no, I don't like the look of that character, but I'm happy to be back in the world of Harry Potter.
Me too. Yeah. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Well, that would have been great.
But they didn't.
Any
do
number of actors would have been better, I feel.
it. Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
When-
Colin Firth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd watch Colin Firth kiss Jude
Cole
Law.
Carpenter.
Yep, Cole Carpenter. Yeah, Is that the dude from the comedy
character
company?
from the 80s TV sketch show, The Comedy Company. Yes.
Please.
Mhm.
It's one of my faves, I
Yeah.
think.
Nice. I'm trying to think of one more Colin to ride this out, but I can't think of another Colin.
Kylie Mole?
No! Oh, yeah, good point. Uncle
Oh, wait,
Arthur.
what are we talking about?
We're talking about Colin.
Oh, other Collins.
Yeah. Colin the dog from Spaced.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. hmm
I don't have any Collins.
That's okay.
Collins Booksellers.
Very good. The now defunct bookstore chain in Australia.
Did you work there once?
I did work experience there once.
Okay, yeah. Do you steal any books?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, heaps.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, let's do it.
This is you.
Oh, yeah, good point. You said let's wrap it up. As
Sorry,
you
I
want...
meant you wrap it up.
See, that's it's Pavlovian at this point.
Wait,
I can only respond if you're like, hey, can you wrap it? If you change it,
So if I say we're going to do this, you just assume I'm going to do
you're
it?
going to do it, and I'll follow up with some color commentary. Yes, that's how this works.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, number one, thanks everybody for listening this far. Regardless of what weird fandom you're a part of, be it archery or Harry Potter or Pokemon.
You said Harry Potter. And I
Harry
like that.
Potter,
Yes.
the fencing-themed Harry Potter fandom. It's just
It's Harry Potter, except everyone just has a sword instead of a wand.
exactly. But they're all on the other side of the room. It's people in just regular fencing uniforms, but they're also wearing like house scarves.
Yep.
And you're allowed to grab the scarf and pull somebody in and then whack him with your sword.
Okay, good.
Anyway, archery. Harry Potter,
Yep.
Pokemon,
Whatever you got.
Gundam, whatever franchise
Yeah, man.
that we've ruined for you, but you're still a part of for some reason. Thank you for listening.
Appreciate it.
Or you just like Robin Hood, you know?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Me.
Most of the people on Earth, apparently, according to this week. Thank you for listening, subscribing, telling your friends, even if they're not part of your crazy fandom, you
That's
know?
okay.
Yeah, even if they're a part of a rival fandom.
Yeah, that's
you know?
good.
Yeah.
Fandoms can come together and unite together. Yeah.
Yeah. Bronies.
Yes.
We'll take them. Furries.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah.
People named Colin.
We won't take that.
Wow.
We'll put it out there, Mason.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll take them all. Anyway, thanks for subscribing and telling people and letting them know. Give us a nice review on iTunes.
Yeah, man, yeah.
We love them.
We do love 'em, yeah.
But if you want to contact the show, you can go to Weekly Planet Pod at Gmail or at Facebook or at Twitter or at Bandcamp.
The Weekly Planet is a great place to follow, or at Planet Broadcasting. Robert Collings is all over that.
He's all over
Anything
the shop.
that ever happens, he is there.
He's there
somehow.
immediately, yeah.
He's one of the best in the biz.
Do you think maybe there's more than one of him?
That's very, like a multiplicity
Because on
situation.
Facebook, he's Robert Andrew William Collings.
Ah,
So maybe there's a Robert and an Andrew and a William Collings.
okay.
And there's three of them.
Are we getting prestiged?
I think we might be getting prestiged. Yeah. Bloody hell, it never even occurred to me. Anyway, he's great. He's on there. He's like
Yeah.
at the Weekly Planet on Twitter.
Yep.
You
He
can
puts
also-
up fun clips from old episodes.
That's
as well,
true.
which
Yeah,
I
he's
really
doing all
like,
sorts of stuff. You can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group.
Yes.
If you want to get chatting about any of the podcasts on the Planet Broadcasting Network, you can go to planetbroadcasting.com.
Yep.
Sign up for the newsletter, also done by Rob Collings.
Correct.
Terrific stuff. If you would like to... actually, I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram.
I'm Mr. Sunday Movies, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Nice.
Thanks.
That is, you've nailed it.
Next week, Creed 2.
Yes.
Cruise Control.
If you'd like to support the show,
Oh, yeah.
you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to
Get
chuck
some
in a
early
buck.
stuff.
We'd definitely appreciate that. We're trying to get this studio going, so that
Definitely.
would be terrifico if we can speed that up along. That would be great.
Win a bloody Samsung TV next week.
Yes, that's cool.
If
If you also want to go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description,
Yep.
chuck in a buck.
Chuck in a buck.
If you want to buy every currently extant Robin Hood movie, compare and contrast, watch them all on multiple TVs at the same time.
I wonder if Robin Hood 2010 is on 4K. I'm going to find
It's
that out.
definitely on 4K. You want to see
so. Surely
you want
not.
to see every one of Russell Crowe's paws, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what is this? The Robin Hood box set, and
It is on 4K.
I knew it would be on.
What's
4K.
crazy about this is on the image on the cover, he's on a horse. He's not wearing a hood, and he's wielding an axe.
Nice.
Just like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood would. Yeah. Well, see that it ain't your grandpappy's Robin Hood story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it kind of is.
Yeah,
it's a boring movie your dad would like.
Oh yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
My dad does like boring movies.
This is in the trilogy of this is the Gladiator, Master and Commander Robin Hood trilogy.
all in 4K.
They're just like the same. That's not a trilogy, but I think that is a trilogy of films that aren't Gladiator, except for one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it,
That's
Mason?
that's the whole bloody thing. We've got some t-shirts on tpublic.com if you want to buy a Weekly Planet
sweet
t-shirt.
Christmas gift
We're
coming
working
up.
on that, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be and Robert Collins and
Yes.
the person making it. But yeah, that's going to be a Christmas thing where we're going to be selling, which we'll let you know more about probably next week.
Yes. What else? What else do we do? Thinking of the Brute and the Basilisk and
that's
Rackham
enough, isn't it,
for all
Mason?
the themes.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
of course
okay,
it is.
we should
yeah.
thank them.
We should thank them. That's good. We use them every week, so
Yeah,
you know,
we
it's
do.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's about the whole bloody
That's about
show.
it. Yeah.
I
And
think.
thank you, Mason, for being here
You're
and
welcome.
chasing my son with a stuffed horse.
I did do that until he fell over and started crying.
Yes, and to be clear, my son did not want to be chased.
He did. He insisted. Man, it's a real stitch up.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Grab that
Maybe.
gem, you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Bye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.